To the Loading Screen Podcast. Today I have with me Monsters Rage, the Canadian Cue Ball, the Living Emoji, and Destiny aficionado Angry Iceberg. Today we are going to be talking about Destiny. We're going to be talking about Dark Souls 3. We're going to talk about Division. We're also going to talk about E3. But first we're going to go ahead and dive into Destiny. The new update, 335 light level. Different challenges for Prison of Elders. They even have Challenge of Elders where you can fill out a card and get some pretty cool loot. Changes to the raid. I don't believe they've increased the difficulty of the raid yet, but that should be coming. What do you guys feel about the update? How does it feel? Does it feel like a natural progression, or do you think they still have some things to work for? We'll go to the aficionado, Angry Iceberg.
I think that the update is really doing what it was intended to do. Bring a little bit of extra life to Destiny, and kind of appeal to the PvE player. And it's I think it's kind of what they did last year too. Somewhat is that the content wasn't specifically hard. The Prison of Elders on the highest light level was a little bit difficult when you at first when you were fighting Skolas. So that's kind of a thing, but it's really more of a casual update. It adds activities that it's pretty easy to do, for the most part. Even the Challenge of Elders, it calls it a challenge, but it's not really a challenge. I don't see any I don't think they're going to increase the difficulty on the raid. I think it's just what it is. But I think it's just a nice little stopgap until the fall when we get a proper DLC, which will be, of course, a paid DLC. There was some changes that were made to PvP, which are interesting changes. There's I'm not a real big fan of like the special ammo nerf, but it is what it is. I mean, it adds a little different wrinkle to PvP. So overall, though, I think it was a good update for the most part. It gave us content. The Challenge of Elders could have been maybe a little bit more challenging, but again, for just something to get together with some buds and just go, relax and shoot some stuff, I think it, fairly well hit the mark. And it at this point we're now, 2-3 weeks in now, and it seems that it might handle us through the summer, at least for the next month or so anyway, before we start really hungering for new content.
Right. Mustard Strange, how you feel, man?
Yeah, as everybody knows, I'm a casual gamer. We bounce around games all the time, but when I do come back into Destiny, it's nice to see some updates that come in. Especially, I mean, this was free, so this didn't cost anybody anything, so anybody griping about it really shouldn't. For me, I am actually loving the fact that I can put new weapons, even though they might be blue status, that can go into my legendary weapons and up their strength. That wasn't available before, so that for me is really helping me bring my light level up. I don't know how you guys feel, especially Angry, with me being able to do stuff like that, being that filthy casual, but I'm actually really happy about that because it's bringing me back into it. It's bringing me into the levels that I wasn't able to do before. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I've got no issues with it. I've never really had issues with Destiny, but like I said, I just jump in and out every once in a while. So Angry, you definitely are going to be the go-to guy for this topic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's just, I think you kind of touched on it basically, is that it was for the casual player. It wasn't appealing to your hardcore gamer. I think you hit a nice point where you talked about how it's allowing you to kind of get back into it, and it's in a way that allows you to catch back up to your friends, fairly fast, and allow you to do the content, allow you to do the Kingsfall content or whatever, in a manner that before it becomes obsolete or before it becomes irrelevant when the next DLC happens. If we go by Bungie's history, we're probably guessing that in the fall there'll be a new raid and it'll be a higher light level, and the stuff that you get now in the King's Fall won't be as relevant, or won't be relevant again in the future. So it gives people, that opportunity to go through, just mow through it. And for people that weren't able to get into the content before because of LFG sites and people's rules and requirements, it's allowing them to get into those things because they're able to get higher light level easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like the fact that they're giving out treasure boxes every week. That's keeping people coming in on Tuesdays on reset day.
Sure.
I like the fact that the raid is now producing 335s for challenge mode. Also 335s, if you're close to 335, you can be like 333. I believe it's within, 4 or 6 light. Yeah. So you could technically be like a 329 and possibly get 335 gear. Challenge of Elders, actually this week, I played it this morning, was actually really fun. It had some interesting mechanics where it was like a reverse bomb from the Oryx raid. As one of the bosses, where you had to kind of go in there to kind of keep your light and keep your super, which I thought that was an interesting mechanic that they added in. Challenge of Elders, not that difficult. I was able to score, I think, 44,000 points in one run. So within 2 runs, you could possibly go ahead and fill out a card. Now with the raid, they kind of, in a way, they almost did make the raid a little bit more difficult with the special ammo raid. With the special ammo nerf. Trying to kill...
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Trying to kill War Priest in one go is almost impossible now, if not impossible, unless you have all max 335 Black Spindle. Sure. And it's not as bad in other places unless you're doing the 6 orb strat on Gorgoroth, but nobody does that anymore. One thing I do want to criticize about the new update is I would have liked to have seen still a difference between regular raid gear and hard raid gear. And what I mean by that is whenever you do the hard raid, especially if it's a challenge, I've gotten a 332 regular scout rifle, and then I got a 3 or a 230 or whatever hard piece of gear. I mean, the regular stuff should not be more than the hard raid stuff. It just seems wrong. So it should have like a level cap, so where it can only go to like 330 or whatnot, and that's it. That's the furthest you can take like regular gear, then 335 for hard road. But other than that, I think they did a really good job. PvP still looks solid, still feels solid. I know they nerfed the Mitem multi-touch a little bit, but it's still a viable weapon in PvP. Still getting wrecked by it day by day. And it's just a lot of fun to play still. Iron Banner's fun, especially for me to watch because I'm no good at it. And Trials is still viable as well. Trials has changed quite a bit since you can't run through and revive anymore. They added a little bit more time to it. So Trials definitely has a different feel to it now. But otherwise, it's a great change up. I like what they did. I'm looking forward to the fall. I'm looking forward to E3, maybe an SRL announcement, because I know they're probably not going to want to announce what exactly the fall DLC is, but we pretty much know it's going to be Cabal. It's kind of set up to be that way, and hopefully it is, because Cabal armor looks dope, and I want Cabal armor. But yeah, the update was a smash success, and I am in fact drinking my room temperature water. Yeah, room temperature water.
I'm all about the room temperature water. Believe me, that's all I drink.
Exactly.
Liquid gold, people. Down. Liquid gold.
That's how it goes down here. We're gonna go from Destiny to Dark Souls, specifically Dark Souls 3. Since the last podcast, Dark Souls 3 has been released, and I just want to kind of get a feel of the room of how you guys like the game. Do you think it's way too difficult? Do you think it's hard to stream? Or do you just enjoy that kind of macabre feeling in a video game? We'll go ahead and start with Monster's Rage.
Okay, Dark Souls 3 and me would be like taking this and destroying that monitor, that playing the game. I'm not a fan of Dark Souls. There's a lot of people that are. For me, I like to have fun when I play games. That's what I'm all about. I'm a casual gamer. I bounce around all over the place, and I just have fun. When I am brought to a game that is just built to be hard, that's its purpose. It's just to be extremely difficult. I don't have fun with it. Um, it looks pretty. I've watched a few other streamers stream it, and it looks really nice. But for me, it's just not my kind of game, and I probably won't win in that territory. That's really all I got to say about it.
Okay, Angry Iceberg.
I can echo a lot of what he's saying. I mean, I tried playing Dark Souls, the original, once upon a time. I had heard so much about it, and it seemed, everybody had nothing but good things to say about it. So I was like, okay, let's go give this thing a try. And so I jumped into it, got to the first boss, and I was like, nope, this isn't for me. The style of gameplay, the overly. I don't know. Maybe if I were to really dig into it and give it a chance, that eventually could grow on me. But it's not something that I don't feel like bashing your head against a wall is very much fun.
Yeah.
And that seems like anybody I watch play it, anybody that's streaming it, it just seems like that's all they're doing. So yeah, it's not a game that I'm really all that interested in. I'll watch somebody play it, and I find that somewhat interesting, but I have never had any desire to be like, oh man, he's getting super frustrated. He just threw his controller against the wall. I want to go play that game now.
I don't want to be in the driver's seat. I'll watch. I don't want to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll watch the vehicle crash, but we don't want to be in it.
No.
Not my car.
it does seem like that game that can really get you a red level 10 pretty quickly. It's a beautiful game. I believe the art style has been done beautifully. The music is phenomenal. The story is great. It's a great game to watch, but man, you have to have the patience of a saint to play it. I was watching stream team member Fistmaster 5000 play it. Within the first 6 hours of gameplay that he had played, he had died 58 times. I'm like, there's absolutely no way. I could not play it. Even casually, if I wanted to play it off stream, I'd get so frustrated. It put me in a bad mood.
Sure.
But it is such a beautiful game to watch. So, watching somebody that's decent at the game or even good or great at the game is an enjoyable experience, and I love to watch it. But to play it, I couldn't do it. It's just not in me. I don't have that kind of patience to play it, even though I repeat the same content on Borderlands all the time. That's besides the point. I'm at least good at that. I don't die every 5 minutes. Well,
right.
Every 4 minutes or so, but yeah, it's just one of those games where it's hard to be hard. It's just difficult, just for the sake of difficulty, and that's just a game I can't play.
Right.
But now we're going to move to Division. Division has seen a rapid decline as of late here on Twitch and from the forums and the community of Division and whatnot, basically stating it's almost a broken game at this point. Anything that they add or anything that they change to the game, they might fix one bug but expose 3 more. How do you guys feel about the rapid decline of Division, and do you think the game can be saved, or do you think it's just one of those games that was a flop like Watch Dogs? We'll go and start with Angry Iceberg.
I definitely don't think it was a flop. I think that just the and whether it was if I don't think it was really rushed, but I mean maybe it was. Maybe they released it before it was really ready. Maybe they figured that people were just ready for it to be released. But I don't think it's a dead game either. I think and it can be saved. I think it can. I'm not a big Division fan. I played it. It's something that I can't really see myself putting a lot of time into. Just mainly because the gunplay is not very satisfying to me personally. So I don't find it that interesting of a game. It's the enemies and the gameplay overall, just how the guns feel, all all kind of blend together, and it doesn't feel unique. The different experiences don't feel unique enough to me. And again, I've said it before on the podcast, and this is coming from a Destiny player, right? And I've said it before that Destiny is I like Destiny because at least the enemies feel unique. The different weapons feel absolutely unique. You can, a scout rifle to an auto rifle to, a pulse rifle. There's definitely, it feels like you're holding different guns. And to me, in the Division, it kind of all blends together. The enemies in Destiny are all unique. They behave differently. And in the Division, they all seem pretty much the same. So, I don't, there's definitely there's a market out there for it. All right. And I think, they just need to be able to, squash those bugs, man. If they can squash the bugs, there's no reason why this game couldn't continue to be a success and continue to grow as a community. And, it's just, for me personally, it's just not my bag of tea. So, I'm kind of a little, my opinion's a little biased in that respect.
Right. Only Angry Iceberg could put in teabag and bag of tea into Division. Anyway, Monsters Rage, how you feel about the can of worms that is Division?
Yeah, Division, I wanted it to be great because I really wanted to stream that a lot. You guys both know that. But Endgame came so quickly, and it's just boring now. It really is. It just feels the same over and over again. Go shoot stuff, grab gear, level up, do the same thing over and over and over. I get that that's the genre. I get that, but you still have to draw the audience. And as Angry Iceberg was saying, the monotony of it. It's just the same people. It's the same characters. It's killing Alex 150 million times. And you got cleaners. Guys with gas tanks on their back shooting fire at you. I mean, it's the variety in it is just not there. And for a person like me, a person that does jump around from game to game, I need something to hit me hard to want to go back to it. And I'm just really regretting getting the seasons pass and all that stuff already, because that just means that I have to stick with it until everything's released to finally say that, oh my God, it's the same thing over and over again. So we'll repeat this conversation, I don't know, 6 months? 6 months' time, and I'll say the same damn thing I'm saying right now.
Pretty much. In all honesty, I think Angry Iceberg does have a point where they can fix it. They have the space on the map to fix the game, because there is a massive amount of area to cover in the game. The problem is, it's so barren. There's not much there for how much space they have. Now, you can go into the dark zone and have your thrills there for about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour or so. But the game should not be concentrated in a PvP zone, in my opinion. It's basically just elevated PvE at that point, because all you're really doing is running the same missions you ran outside of the Dark Zone. You're just running inside Dark Zone for different levels and different gear and whatnot. But everybody is blowing through in-game content. I mean, I blew through in-game content pretty quickly on the Xbox. It was not fun. I mean, even the end mission wasn't fun for me, because all I did was I sat there, I cheesed it, I sat in a doorway, and I shot things. That was the last mission of the game. It didn't entice me. The incursion was supposed to be the first raid for the game. It was supposed to be like an extra long strike or something like that. That became boring within 24 hours. There's no real reason to run it anymore. And then I actually posted a video up on YouTube of a massive fire team. Literally, we had 35 people in the same mission.
Sure.
It was complete bonkers. And I was just playing it one night after stream. I was like, let me throw on Division and see what I can do here. And then I go in to matchmake for a mission. I'm just thrown in with all these people. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I just turned on my capture real quick. I'm like, yeah, this is a massive fire team. And like everybody's piled into an elevator. It was hilarious, but at the same time I look at it, I'm like, Ubisoft is better than that. They're known for releasing games with glitches and bugs. I mean, look at Assassin's Creed Unity. Okay, we get that, but come on. I mean, this game obviously was not play tested thoroughly. It was not play tested by people who were not inside of Destiny, or not Destiny, but Division very long. The beta seemed nice because we only got a small sliver of it, but we weren't expecting that they would just multiply that little sliver and have the exact same content throughout the entire game. Because
Sure.
we've already played the beta. If you played the beta, you pretty much played the game. You played the
Yeah,
entire
you know
game.
what the game's about. You're just playing a quadrant. I mean, even Turbo Chili here, he's saying that he loves Division, and there is a calling for it. Like, there are people that stream that nonstop, and there are people that watch them and watch them religiously. So I'm not saying that it's a terrible game. It's just that there's plenty of games that are good, but not fantastic. And
Yeah.
I will only go back to fantastic games. That's just who I am, and that's my personality. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when the extra content drops. Maybe it'll change the game. Maybe it'll be a complete game changer, and I'll be back on board with Division. But right now, it's not selling me.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's
I think
not
the one
enough.
thing that
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I just say I think the one thing that it has going for it is a beautiful game. There's so much opportunity there that I think Ubisoft is just not tapped into. And so, I mean, like I said, we'll see. Like you said, we'll see what happens with the update.
Right.
No.
I just feel like with such an expansive area, there's not enough variety. They could also just add that variety in. We don't know. They could add different mobs, like a different faction can come into the city and completely start, messing everything up. That would be kind of fun to watch. Hey, who knows? They could be taken.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
but
actually, the Vision is just Destiny prequel. We're about
Yeah.
to see the Traveler show up.
oh yeah, that's the end boss of the final DLC. Is the Traveler just craps right on New York.
Comes down in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the speaker comes in glowing, like, "Aw." And then he just goes straight to Destiny. But honestly, it might be a little bit too soon to tell, but right now, for the first, 3 or 4 months the game's been out, it almost seems like a train wreck. I mean, it's really jumbled up. And I know Destiny was the same way when it first launched. It was very jumbled up and whatnot. But Division's got a lot of problems that they do need to fix. And I hope they spend the time and energy and resources to fix it because, like Angry Expert said, it's a very beautiful game. It's got massive potential. They just need to find a way to have a slower grind in the game and to include more variety in it as well. But we're going to move on from the Division and move on to another company that might be a little lacking right now, and that's Nintendo.
I totally cut him off there, folks.
Yeah, he did. But that's okay. But we're going to be discussing what Nintendo really needs to do at E3 to be a relevant, top 3 contender again. Because right now it's a two-dog race. It's Sony and Microsoft going head-to-head. And what Nintendo really needs to bring to the table to E3 to really knock our socks off, be like, hey, that's a viable console again. It's now a 3-horse race. We'll go ahead and start with Monsters Rage.
Well, the first thing, and we'll talk about the games and all that sort of stuff, but the first thing that they need to do, because technology is cheaper than it was when Sony and Xbox released their systems, Nintendo really needs this next console to be cheap. It needs to be very affordable, because it just won't compete with the current stuff that's out there now, regardless of it being new. There's going to be dedicated Nintendo fans that are going to purchase it day of release, but they need to mass market this to everybody because they've already got the Nintendo fans. They know that group of people are going to buy it, so they have to get the other people, the PlayStation fans, the PC fans, the Xbox fans. They need to get them on board, and one way to do that is to lower the price.
Yeah.
Obviously, they need to have a presentation on stage. They can't do a Nintendo Direct because that wouldn't make sense. They're bringing out a new console. They have to show that on floor.
Yeah.
The other thing, they need to have a list of games that are going to be released on release date,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to show them.
Yeah.
I don't care if they show just a demo or a trailer of those games, but it has to be shown. They need to send this ball flying out of the park, and they have to just hit one after the other. They also need to maybe announce maybe a new Metroid game that's going to be released on the next. A couple surprises. But all of these things, not just one individual thing, they all need to be included for them to get any kind of legway with what everything is going on with the Xbox and PlayStation market, because they're third on the totem pole now, and Nintendo was always first on the totem pole until like the last decade or so. So they need to do something because they're losing money. Well, on the console anyway. I'm sure they're making a killing still on the handheld market, but
Oh yeah. Angry Iceberg, how you feel, man?
No, I think he's hitting it right in the head. It definitely has to be affordable. That's going to be a big thing. But here's the things that really they need to show us that this console isn't just about a gimmick. The last two consoles that they put out were about the gimmick. One was about the motion, which obviously was unique and took the world by storm for its time. But again, the next console they created, it was really just a gimmick. They lost. It was late to the party more or less because it didn't out really. I mean, it was a little bit better. It was better hardware technically than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. But it didn't really bring anything. Like, it didn't really take a real big step above those enough for the people that were that are the hardcore gamers, the guys that are spending all the money on the different consoles to really pick it up and really care. They need to show the world that they're going to have people behind their console. They have to have third party support. They can't go in this one alone. They pretty much the Wii U essentially was their console and they developed for it. They didn't really have people developing with them. So I think that was a huge problem for that console. I mean, I enjoyed the console. I enjoyed the first party support and would like to have seen more third party. But again, I think a big part of it was that, we already had seen that generation essentially in the 360 and the PS3. We were ready for something better. And that had a big part in the failure of that. So, I mean, I think that's what kind of have to do. They have to show that this is a real console that has real legs, that can perform at or above, preferably above what the current standard is with the Xbox One and the PS4, especially with PS4 talking about, the 4K compatibility and whatnot. Mm-hmm. They really need to step up their game. And then again, I mean, a Metroid game, that would sell me. I'd freaking buy it.
Damn right I would. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Angry Iceberg, I'm going to elaborate on something. I think you hit on head with third-party support. They need to mend a lot of those burned bridges that they made with the Wii U. They had almost no third-party, if not no third-party support for the Wii U. They really need to get people on board with this NX, because if they don't, honestly, you're not going to have those crossover players where, people are family guys. Let's say I'm a dad and I want to play games with my kid. Well, I also want to play games with, by myself when I don't have the kids. I don't want to be stuck playing, Wii bowling the whole time. I want to play some Call of Duty, or I want to play some Destiny on this thing. It's got to be more flexible, and the Wii U was not flexible at all. All you had was first party titles. You had some smaller arcade type games for it, but that was about all you got. Now with the launch, they need to launch a Mario title with it. I think Mario without the new NX, or maybe push over Mario Maker to the NX and add features to it, would be a decent move. They need to come out with probably a new Metro game like Angry Iceberg asked, but they also need to announce some third-party support for this game. They need to have developers on board and ready to go with this, and they need to have a decent list of some third-party support games that are already contracted to be on this NX. Because if they don't, they're going to see a whole nother Wii U situation where it's going to be first-party only, and it's a great system to have if you love nostalgia and you love Nintendo, but we've already gotten 2 consoles that gave us that, and we don't need a third. So regardless of the price point, it could be $199, but if we already have the exact same games that we have for the Wii U, why are we going to go up to the NX?
Well, and that's just it. I mean, back when the Wii was out, they did port over Call of Duty, but I mean, it was an absolute failure because it just couldn't handle what it could handle on the other platforms. But with what they're talking about with the Nintendo Next being comparable to current gen consoles, there's no reason that third party support couldn't be involved in this because they have the tech to do it.
Honestly, it comes down to Nintendo at this point because they're not known for working with third party developers that well. You did see a lot of third-party titles with the Wii, but it did not work well with the Wii. I think the last Call of Duty game you saw on Nintendo was Call of Duty Ghost for the Wii, and that was an absolute train wreck of a game. Not only for Ghost, but for the Wii Ghost as well. It was bad, but
it'll be interesting though. Sorry, it'll be interesting though to see if they look at their past and opt out for third party because of that, and not realize that their limitations back then are what caused third party to fail for them.
Well, they need third party support. They need that because say if they put Destiny on the Wii, how many people are going to go out and buy a Wii to play Destiny on it? Or not the Wii, but the Nintendo NX, sorry. But what if they put Warcraft on there? What if they put Gran Turismo, a PlayStation title on there? What if they put I don't know, No Man's Sky on it? What if they put a lot of these other games that are coming out? What if they have it for the Wii as well, and it's a cheaper price point? You'll be inclined to go ahead and grab that Nintendo NX. Okay, we got a console. We got a next-gen console, and we can play all the games that are coming in. That'd be a great selling point for them, and that would make it a vastly popular system. Problem is, Nintendo is very proprietary. They're very first party, and they need to kind of break out of that shell. And with new leadership at Nintendo, we might start to see that. But right now, it's just they really need this console to succeed, or I don't know if we're going to see another home-based console from them anymore. They might just go exclusively into the No, they'll probably just go exclusively into the mobile market because they're absolutely killing it in that market.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. They lost money completely on Wii U. They did not make money on this. They know it was a failure. I enjoy playing on the Wii U. I enjoy some of the games that are in there. But again, how long has Wii U been out? And my library of games, I think, is maybe 16, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And even then, I've got maybe 6 or 7 that I still play frequently. So. Yeah, they need to hit it out of the ballpark this E3, and if it's a disaster, then there's going to be a lot of disinterest in when it releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And we're all pretty much agreed that they're going to show off this console at E3. That would be the smart move to go by.
Oh, damn right they are. Yeah,
because
they're going to release it in November, so of course they're going to have that show.
Yeah, because last E3 they pretty much got laughed out of the building. And they really need to come hard this E3, or it's a sinking ship that's just bringing on way too much water. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I think the specs of the NX look interesting. I think the tech is there. If they bring down the price point and bring in some third-party support, especially with some name brand titles, maybe even see Fallout 4 on that list as well. I'd enjoy seeing Fallout on a Nintendo console. That's never been done before. But why not? They've got the specs for it. They could run the hardware. So
What was the most violent Nintendo game that you can think of? Because I think that was one of their big things was we don't want violent games. I mean, you could go Bayonetta, but that really wasn't violence. That was more cartoony hack and slash.
Sure.
yeah, I think Bayonetta would probably
So
classify as the most mature rated violent game besides like Super Smash Brothers, but that's not even mature rated. That's just little toys fighting around. But
it is.
but I mean, as far as the Wii U goes, you're really in the minority, Monsters Rage, because people who
I
have
know
a
I am.
Wii U probably have a maximum of 5 or 6 games, and probably play Smash Brothers and Mario Maker, and that's about it. Maybe Mario Kart, maybe Mario Party, if they have people over, want to, have a fun time with that. But honestly,
Yeah, see,
four
it's
games and you have the entire Wii U experience right there.
right, right. Well, the thing is, like for me, I grew up with Nintendo, and that's what I mean by they don't need to get my attention. They've already got my attention. It doesn't matter what they show at E3. I'm picking the sucker up day of release, but that I'm not the target audience that they're trying to grab the attention of. But for me, it's the platform nostalgia. I mean, think of the last time you picked up Super Mario 3 and just sat down and played it. And the smile on your face while you're going through that game. That's really what it boils down to when I play Nintendo products. It's just something that you have a smile on your face, you have fun, and you put down the controller and you can walk away from it for a month or two. Not me, but most people can. But they need to amp that up. They can't just cater to fun, because the core audience of gamers isn't about just having fun. They're goal driven. They want that end game experience. They want that challenge, and Nintendo's just not going to give that to you.
Right. We're going to, and we're going to have one final topic. It's not exactly like a question around the room or whatnot, but Borderlands 3 has been announced. Now, they're not sure if it's going to be named Borderlands 3. They might take it in a whole new direction. But Gearbox has announced that they will be working on a Borderlands title right after they're done with development for Battleborn. So, how do you guys feel that this is going? Do you think it's going to be Borderlands 3, or do you think they might, shift a whole other direction, maybe in a Telltale series of games, or not exactly Telltale, or maybe multiple installments? But what do you think Gearbox is going to do with this? We'll go ahead and start with Rage.
I think it's going to be a full-on Borderlands game. It's been enough time since Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection has been out. It's been a long time since the prequel's been out. So, they're going to push out a new game, especially with the movie coming up that they're in production doing. So it'll definitely be a draw. I don't know if maybe they'll implement the story of the movie into the next game, if it's loosely, and I'm not going to say loosely based around the movie, but maybe the movie will tell a certain character story and that character will be in the next game. I don't know. It's Borderlands. It's going to be more Borderlands. If you love Borderlands, you're going to love it. If you don't like Borderlands, you're not. Borderlands is its own entity, and for me, I love the cartoon style of it. I love that cell shading environment, and it's fun to play with friends. And those are two key components for me to enjoy a game. So Borderlands 3, I'm on board. Whenever it comes out, I'm gonna buy it.
There you
It's
go.
plain and simple.
All right, Monsters Rage, or not Monsters Rage, Angry Iceberg. I had the flub at least
take
once.
another turn. Yeah,
I
take
had the
another
flub
turn.
at least
Didn't I just
once, and
speak?
it was a minor one. But Angry
Yeah, I think
Iceberg,
I think you're definitely going to probably just get a third installment. I think it's a very good formula the way they got. What I would like to see, I mean, potentially is for them to tackle the same market that Destiny and the Division have. Make it an online looter shooter. I mean, I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it'd be interesting to have something like that in that universe for sure, because I think that would scratch the same itch that Destiny does for me, because I do love that universe. I love the gameplay, and how the weapons handled. I love the uniqueness of the of the enemies and whatnot. I mean, it's not like you're fighting the same thing over and over again. You can have all kinds of, different varieties to the missions and whatnot. I think there's a lot of potential in that space. Will they do that? Probably not. But, it'd be really cool if they did.
Yeah. I honestly would like to see Borderlands 2, but bigger environments, more environments. A lot of this is probably the only time I'll ever say this. I want a lot of DLC with this, because the DLC that they do is absolutely amazing. Tiny Tina's DLC in particular can probably take you a good 8 to 10 hours by itself to complete, and that's a DLC that they released for $9.99. Which is perfectly fine with me. I mean, you get a whole lot of loot, you get a whole lot of different enemies, you're fighting trees and big ogres and flying fairies. It's supposed to be a spoof on Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Borderlands.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Maybe they'll do like a Tron themed DLC one time, or
I'd be on board for that for sure.
I mean,
I know.
They could do a Halo one or a Destiny themed DLC. That would be
themed.
That'd be hilarious. Where you have the speaker just hopping around on like a Minjmog or something like that. That'd be hilarious. But I just, it's a funny game. It's comedic relief, but it's also very violent. It's very gory, but in an animated way. But it still has really great gameplay mechanics. I'm a really big fan of the Borderlands series. I'm a very biased opinion because I am a Borderlands stream. I'm very excited about this announcement, but hedge your excitement, ladies and gentlemen, because we probably won't see anything as far as announcements until not this E3, but possibly next E3. The very earliest I would see this game coming out would be holiday 2017. If not, possibly even holiday 2018, to be honest, because they did go into development for Borderlands 2 for roughly 2.5 years. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. I actually hope that they spend the time to do it because I want them to do it right. Other than that, more guns, bigger enemies, and more Tiny Tina. That's all I have to say.
How upset would you be if it was a whole roster of characters from the Borderlands series and it was a karting game? You just had carts. You're driving around as all the different characters.
I'd be hot. Don't play with my emotions. That's why I play with Angry Iceberg's emotions about halfway through. That's never coming out, by the way. And
that's Nintendo Next. That's their killer app.
That's going to be their pull. Half-Life 3.
Yeah. They're going to have a special Portal map and a Half-Life 3 DLC. And they'll do like a Mario level DLC where you have like the turtles rolling around everywhere. You have to shoot them up. God. But honestly, I think Gearbox, they know what they're doing. Battleborn's going to be a huge hit.
Next Tuesday.
Yep, next Tuesday it's coming out. I think Battleborn's going to be the more successful of the new genre of MOBAs coming out between Paragon, Overwatch, and Battleborn. I think Overwatch will have a good following as well, and so will Paragon. They'll have their own cult following. But I think Battleborn will be more generally accepted by more than one community. It'll be accepted by the MOBA community and the Borderlands community. So I think that's going to be a great game. I'm a big Gearbox nut. Same with Bethesda. I love their titles as well. So, I mean, I'm a very biased opinion, but once again, it's Borderlands. I can't wait.
Sure.
Angry Iceberg has to wait for Half-Life 3. I don't.
Nope. It's announced. E3. It's going to happen. I don't care. Even if I have to run up on stage myself. Half-Life 3, it's coming!
And then
I would pay money. I'd throw money at my TV screen to see that. The next day you come back to stream and there'd be $100 donations. I'd make.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. Let me just, because maybe there's more people like you, KDX. So this is my idea, people. None of you steal it. I'm just gonna make a video that says, "Hey, Half-Life 3 is coming." half 3 is coming, and then have people throw money at me, and then the next day just say, I'm just kidding, guys, but thanks for the cash.
Oh. No. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, have fun with all those chargebacks.
Yeah, dude, those chargebacks would be real. Man, you'd be in such a deficit, you'd just want to go ahead and dig your own grave and put a wooden stake in it. Man, the internet would so hate you.
Yeah, they would.
That'd be as bad as like announcing like a new Xbox console that's coming out next week and having insider information that you just cook up on Photoshop and whatnot.
But the key point to this is I already have the money in my possession to hide and live a wonderful life. Hold on.
Yeah, you can wave your wife off of $3,500. Yeah, good plan.
Oh.
That's if you reach enough people to raise that kind of money.
Yeah.
Right. Damn it.
But
okay, there was a flaw in my plan.
Yeah. A slight crinkle in the plan there. I've done foiled you.
Just a little bit of a hole. A little bit of a hole. Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. We're gonna end it a different way this time. I'm gonna see how this works out. We're gonna try it out on a trial basis where everybody can shout out a streamer that they would like to kind of get a shout out for, and get some exposure to, and maybe just say thank you. Maybe they've been an integral part in your streams as well. So we'll go around the room, shout somebody out. I'll throw their Twitch link in the chat there for people to go check them out. And yeah, tell us who you're going to shout out. Let's start with Rage.
All right, well, KDX, you know this person. Angry, I don't know if you know her as well, but she has been hanging around in my stream for quite some time now, and she started streaming herself. She is a variety broadcaster just like myself, and she's actually quite entertaining. Her name is Estella, but she goes by Glitch or Glitch Witch, and you guys should check her out. You should check her out. The link is there. Give her a follow. When you go in there, just say, that guy Monstrous Rage sent me, and she'll just love you. So go check her out. Do it. Support her. Help her grow.
Okay, Ingrid.
That's it. Go ahead.
Oh, man, dude, there's so many people I would love to be able to shout out, but if we're going to pick one, I'm going to go ahead and shout out a guy that a buddy of mine who I've become pretty close to recently. We've kind of talked back and forth and talked about streaming a lot, and he's really helped me in some things that I was going through, and I've been trying to kind of help him with some stuff that he was going through. But my good friend, Dr. Dave, partnered streamer, he had some issues with his internet connection. There was some stuff there, and he was full-time, or he is full-time. I think he's kind of going to be going more to part-time because of bills and whatnot. But he's a hell of a nice guy, great streamer, and I think you guys should go show your support for a hell of a dude and somebody who's been very supportive of my stream as well. So if you got that link in there for Dr. Dave, if you need me to show it to you, it's X _Dr. _Dave _ would be that one. Hell of a dude. Go show him love. If you have a few bucks laying around, send him that sub. Give him that sub, and yeah, Dr. Dave, good dude.
Okay, Dr. Dave. Is it spelled out, Doctor?
Yeah, no, just Dr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
.tv / X _DRDAVE _X. There you go.
It's a first try, folks.
Yeah, this is something new that we're doing.
Oh, no, there's okay, that's not right either. It's a underscore between the doctor.
Oh,
you had close, though.
No. KDX, stop messing up, sir.
TV / X _ DR _Dave _X. There?
Yep, that's it.
Yes, got it right. Third try is a charm. And I'd actually like to shout out a good buddy of mine. It's the third one, guys, so click on the third one. I'd like to shout out a good buddy of mine. I know Angry Iceberg. You know him. Monstrous Rage, you might not be familiar with him, But he is a very, very generous guy. He's growing out a beard like a ninja, and I have to respect his beard game. I really do. But I've known the guy honestly for almost a year now, and his name's Metric Methods. I met him a long
Metric, yep.
time. Yeah, I met him a long time ago. We just kind of clicked organically. I kind of hanged out in chat for a while. We started talking, and then he came in Alona's chat. We started talking in there, and it just became like a organic relationship. And the guy is just an all around amazing person. So I'm gonna go ahead and shout him out.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
And there he is, Metric Methods. He's a good friend of mine. You know, I consider him a brother at this point. He's playing Dark Souls 3, but he also plays Destiny at the same time. And he's a really good guy. So let's go ahead and go around the room and tell us where we can find you. Monsters Rage, where are you going?
So I'm my name is Estella or Glitch Witch, and you can find me at no. All right, guys, I'm Monsters Rage, and I do Monsters Rage gaming. I'm a variety broadcaster, so that means I buy a lot of games, I play a lot of games, and I tend to suck at a lot of games. But that's the draw, I think. People like to come in and watch me just get frustrated trying to beat content. But yeah, I play all across the board on all systems, even PC, and I am alive 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, 10 hours on Saturday. Come and check me out. You can find me at Twitch TV/Monsters Rage. Link should show up in chat. I'm a mod, but I'm too lazy to do it.
It's there. All right, Angry Iceberg.
Yeah, so as I say, I'm Angry Iceberg. You can find me around on Twitch, Angry_Iceberg. I'm a daily Destiny streamer, streaming most of the time starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. On the weekends, I do get on earlier and stream longer. A part of a newly formed stream team, the Network, that I'd like you guys to go and support as well, which is, of course, Guardian Outpost, Jay Sniperton, Evil Aura, and my man K Magic, the one that is organizing Destiny Community Con. We're grouping together to help each other push each other over the edge of to partnership. We're all very close, and I really do enjoy the relationship I have with those guys. But you can find me again, twitch.tv/angry_iceberg every single day playing Destiny. You can come and help me do raids. I can do raids before you. Help you do raids. There we go. Get it all mixed up. I'm tired, guys.
I'm the one that needs the help.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna help. Yeah, I'll help you do raids, do Challenge of Elders. We're gonna be playing a lot of Iron Banner this week. If you're watching live, or if you catch this within a week of when it's released. Also, I'm doing my own weekly podcast, Monday Night Rare, where I highlight a new or a different growing streamer every single week. Right now we are playing doing trials, so we're focusing on trials streamers in the Destiny directory. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you contact Evil Aura, part of my stream team, who is handling the scheduling for that. Also, you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Angry Iceberg TV, all one word. On Twitter, follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm going to be online and what's going on with the stream at twitter.com/angry_iceberg. And also on the Facebooks, facebook.com/theangryiceberg. You're going to find all this stuff in my info panel on my channel. So don't feel afraid to go over there. Click on the link. Also, guys, before I forget, we're going to be holding a charity stream for stackup.org on May the 7th with the stream team, the Network. Again, that's Guardian Outpost, Evil Aura, Jay Sniperton, and K Magic 101. So if you guys want more information on that, we are accepting other streamers into that stream team for that event. So feel free to contact myself or one of the other stream team members for information on how you can take part in that. And lastly, we are, as of this recording, a week away from Major Rager Month. where we'll be doing different activities to celebrate the community that has built around the stream. And there's also a Major Rager Month shirt up for sale right now on Teespring. You go to teespring.com/Major Rager Month. Again, all that information can be found in my info panel on twitch.tv/angry_iceberg.
Nice wrap up. I like that. And I am KDX Gaming, Twitch stream dedicated helping you in game and in life. I am currently doing a charity stream all month long. It's called Twitch Helps Twitch, where we gather donations and then we do a raid, host, and donate to a random small stream to kind of do a random act of kindness here on Twitch and to give back to the community that's given so much to myself and my community as well. And you can find me 4 p.m. Eastern Time to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Sunday, every single day. Sunday is Community Day, where we might switch up games, but we usually do play Borderlands. I am a Borderlands One Life to Live stream, which is a challenge of not my design, but of a friend of mine's design that I love to take part in every single day. And I beat my head against the wall constantly for it, and I love it. It's something that I take part in because I have a pure joy of it. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this evening. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to my new mod, Turbo Chili, in there, keeping everybody kind. And I will see you guys all later. And for KX Gaming, this is KX. Always here to urge you. Keep calm. Game on. Do a little post dance. Do a little post dance while Angry Iceberg still